my creatives, and welcome to another video. So today I'm here to share a traveler's notebook junk journal with me, and I'm using my own designed kit, and this month I designed a vintage kit. It was so exciting. I absolutely love what I created. It was a lot of fun, and I'm going to make a 3-page spread today in my junk journal with this deli paper spread in between, so it is translucent, and that was a little bit of a challenge, but in the end I figured out what I wanted to do, so I highly recommend you stick around to see what I actually do with this page. And then this is my printable kit for August 2021. You can get on Patreon. So on Patreon I have a tier, the printable creatives, and there you can get a monthly digital kit with papers and embellishments, as you saw. And this month we went vintage, which was really cool. So I like to do different themes, and of course I also document these in my own personal journal. So I started out with one of the papers, and I decided that I wanted to have a little flip on that page. So I took this beautiful flower side, and I'm going to stick that down on my journal page and flip that little piece over, folding it over to create the flip. Then I saw that because it is translucent, the deli paper, I thought it would be fun if I would cut out this piece of that paper that is supposed to be together and stick it on the other side so it looks like the paper is running through. So I cut that out of that paper. It was very easy to fussy cut because it's a very easy piece, and I stuck that down as well so that can connect the two pages together, cutting off the excess paper. And now I am going to figure out what I want to do. So this kit also has 2 3x4 cards, and I was contemplating on which one I wanted to use. This month we also had an extra unexpected add-on. So this paper you see here and the paper under my basket are the add-on papers, because I got a request of one of my patrons, Amy, thank you. She would like a extra pattern, and it was easy to make, so we both decided that it would be a very nice add-on for the patrons. So this month you even have extra papers. So I decided to add this extra paper on that little flap because it's a little bit more neutral, and it is just a neutral pattern. So I could take my 3x4 card and stick it on there. I also took some Distress Oxide in Walnut Stain. I thought it was a good color for this particular journal page. I'm going to distress all the edges of the paper. You can see that my paper isn't quite long enough because I print with a little bit of a white border, so my papers are not exactly A4. So sometimes I have this little gap over in my journal, which I do not mind because usually either you do not see it or I cover it up. So I'm taking my 3x4 card and I'm sticking that on the flap, so you have this interactive little piece that you can open and close, which I thought was really cool. And now I'm going to figure out what I want to do with the rest. So of course I have to cover up the backside of the 3x4 card, but I was also thinking about what I wanted to do on the deli paper page. Now I was thinking, do I want to challenge myself so hard with that white backside? Because simply said, if you put paper on one side of the deli paper, you will see it through the other side, which is completely white, of course. So I was just thinking and contemplating about what I wanted to do, and then I decided, well, I'm going to take 2 of these papers and I'm going to cut out a little piece of them. I think it's 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches, and I am going to stick that back to back on the deli paper. So I have this little piece from that paper, and then I also take a piece from this paper. I'm going to stick those back to back. They fit perfectly. And now I'm going to my deli paper. Now the only thing that I had to decide was if I wanted to put it in the middle or somewhere on the top or on the bottom, and which paper on which side. So I wasn't quite sure about that yet. And here I go again, seeing if this is what I wanted to do. But then I thought, no, that will be such a big challenge to find exactly the right pieces in exactly the right shape. So that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to collage on top of that piece of paper. I decided to put it down below on the page instead of the middle, because I thought it was fun to have a little bit of something different. And I also already knew that I wanted to journal on that yellow part of the other page, so you could see my journaling through it. So I thought the bottom was a perfect place to add this embellishment cluster. So I take one of the tickets that is in the kit and also one of the flowers, and I'm going to stick that down, and then I will stick the other side down as well, of course using some distress oxide to distress the edges, because this is a vintage kit, so of course I had to use some distress ink. And I'm also figuring out which piece I want to have there as well. So when doing collage, never worry about covering up, especially if you're using a digital kit. You can always reprint everything if you have a digital kit. That is why I love using digital kits, because the hoarder in me is okay with me using up products or covering things up or anything like that, because I can reprint it, well, as many times as I like. So yeah, don't ever feel afraid with covering up with collage. I also do it with things I only have once of, because it gives a lot more depth than if you want to show everything. So after that was done, I decided to add some extra embellishments. So I also have some butterflies in this kit and also some words. So the tiny words are in every kit that I create, because I absolutely love tiny words. So I added "You are stronger than you think," and I will also add tiny words on the other side. So these tiny words are all, this month we have black ones, and last time we only had the white ones. But I thought for this vintage look, the black ones would look really nice. So I'm also going to add another word sticker, and this one says "You deserve to be loved." And then I will move on and think about what I want to do on the inside. So I do want to journal about my feelings and how I'm doing, but I also want to document that this is the kit that I created. So I thought it would be fun if I would create this flap and cover of course the white part up, but also find a way to document the name of this kit. So this kit is called Vintage Botanical. So I was thinking about how I wanted to do that. Now I'm just sticking down these pieces and creating a little collage, and now you will never know that the backside was white instead of this beautiful collage. I was looking for a flower that I wanted to put down, and I thought this orange flower would fit really, really nicely. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to stick that down on top of that beautiful collage that I already put there. Then I'm going back into the basket and I found this hand, and I thought it would be fun if this finger hand would point towards where I'm going to put the title, because on this point I had pretty clear what I wanted to do. But first of all, I need to finish off my collage. I always like to add these extra things. It gives me the feeling that it is more finished if you have these little detailed things. So I am very good at keeping on adding stuff, as I'm going to do with this flap. So there are also some wasps or bees. I think they're wasps in this kit, and they fit just perfectly on the flap. So I'm going to add them to the flap as well. These are 2 different sizes or 3 different sizes that I'm going to add to the flap. It's just, I don't know, they are not prominently there, but it's just that little detail that finishes it off for me. Of course, I'm doing a doodly border. So I decided to take a Staedtler pigment liner of 0.1 to do a doodly border on, of course, all the cards, because, well, I can. And you all know how much I love doing doodly borders. I don't know, it was just something I really, really wanted to do, and I thought it looked cool with the vintagey vibe. I put some glue over the edges, so sometimes my pen skipped a little bit, but I'm stubborn enough and I just moved forward. Now, going into my basket again, I also want to use one of the labels that is included in the kit to add my date on which I created the journal page. But first of all, I'm going to add that title with some letter stickers. So these are letter stickers from Simple Stories, and these are the basic sticker books, and I used the black ones to add Vintage Botanical. I thought the typewriter font and the black would really fit with the word stickers that I already used. I'm going to add the label to the other page, and I'm going to grab my roller date stamp. I'm going to stamp my date in that label. And I'm going to do that a little bit messy because I love that look. And after that, I'm going to go through my basket and finding things that I want to use to decorate a little bit. So I found that it is sometimes a little bit easier that my date is already there. Because then I do not have to fuss around with placement. I can put stuff around it. Put the typewriter there because now I'm going to journal on this page. And this page is about that there is a big challenge waiting for me, and I think I'm going to share that later on with you what the challenge was. But I don't feel ready right now to share that with you, and that I created this kit and that I had a lot of fun creating this kit. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up. I would also love it if you would consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Put the notification bell on all notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. You can also become a patron of mine and get this kit. There are also other tiers, so it's worth checking out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye!